Luke here with CaptainCarp.com, and I'm going to show you how to catch hardhead catfish. I'm going to show you how to clean hardhead catfish. I'm going to show you how to cook hardhead catfish. And I spilled quite a bit of blood making this video, so I'll give you a heads up before that happens. My family went on a vacation to Cape Coral, Florida, just near Fort Myers, and we got this lovely house right up against a saltwater canal, and I spent a ton of time catching these little hardhead catfish and just had a ball doing it. I was using some travel rods and a really simple rig with some frozen shrimp, basically an inline lead, a bead, a swivel, and a 1/0 circle hook on some 12 inches a leader. I'm fishing for these hardheads exactly the same way that I do for bullheads. The only difference is they're saltwater. Hardheads are in the Gulf of Mexico, the Atlantic, along the southwest part of the U.S., and you find them in the surf, in canals, under piers, and they're a real fun fish to catch. Well, I've got some shrimp on the hook, and I've got my line set so if a boat goes by, it won't snag up everybody. And I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Now, you notice I'm using bite alarms, but it's still really early in the morning. I don't want to be disturbing my neighbors with a really loud electronic beeping noise. So I've got my wireless receiver here, and if anything hits, it's going to let me know, and I can run out here and reel it in. So I'm going to get some breakfast. It's a beautiful day. Oh. So look at this little hardhead catfish right there. Really common in this area. It's a saltwater catfish, and they don't get too big. They're smaller than a channel catfish. They're kind of like a saltwater bullhead, a little bigger than a bullhead, but they've got these massive spines right there, there, and there, just like a normal catfish. They get a little bit bigger than this, but not tons. Well, I wish I could say I had anything to do with it. It was all back. Oh.
Okay, well.
Oh.
She pulled off a home run on this
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I'll do whatever you want.
Would you mind taking
No, that's fine.
Look at the bend in this rod. Gotta go. There you go, little hardhead catfish. These are like saltwater bullheads. They put up a great fight though for their size. Like all saltwater fish, they're just pound for pound. It's a little bit stronger. This thing puts a great bend in the rod. Look at that tail though. You know, that's a speed tail. You know, more so than a bullhead. You can tell that that's just a faster looking fish. But look, he stridulates like a channel catfish or blue catfish. But he's got these long fins, big dorsal fin, big spines right there. These little catfish just tear the drag. I mean, they're not big at all, and they're just feisty. Look at that. That is not a big fish. I don't know if I can. Oh, I can lip him. Just barely. Look how small that little guy is. And you saw what a bend he was putting in that rod. So let me show you my landing net. I got this in Kowloon in Hong Kong. It's a Daiwa landing net for surf fishing in Japan and Asia. Out there they do a lot of surf fishing from rock cliffs and from piers and jetties and stuff. And so this is a pier net essentially. And what it's meant to do is you're sitting at the top of a cliff and it telescopes down
and you can net the fish and raise it up vertically. But at the same time, sling it across your back and have it be a really easy, mobile, all net, and it folds up. I love it too because it fits in my luggage because it's really small. But yeah, this thing telescopes great. So that's about halfway out. Hold on, Steve. I got a fish on. I got to call you back. Hold on. Okay, good boy. Nice little double there. Now some people will tell you that you can't eat hardhead catfish. This isn't true. I mean, they're really small, and so you got to get like a bigger one, and even that's not a load of meat. But these are perfectly good eating fish. I mean, they're just like a channel cat or a bullhead.
Eric, we're fishing out here for catfish. There's a words out there. So, you gonna let us be quiet? Daddy, you might keep your camera quiet for the walrus.
Okay. It's a fish. You want to reel him in?
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, he's fun. They're not very tough.
Actually, what's my suit?
Oh, look at that.
What is it?
Here, tell me, you want to do it? Go one reel.
Oh, why?
Got it? Yeah.
Not very strong. He doesn't not have polar strength. I got polar strength too.
Yeah, you're good. You're using your polar bear strength on him.
Whoa! He's keeping on. And it's bending it up.
Oh, yeah, good job. Oh, yeah, I got him. Good job, Tommy.
Yeah, I got it. Oh. So we're going to do this.
We're going to put him back. You okay with that?
Yeah, cool. Hold him very carefully.
Okay, be careful. He's got spines on him that can stick you. Here, will you throw him over the fence with me?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Good job, buddy.
He wants us more than this.
One of the great things about this type of fishing is it's best in the early morning and at night, which is exactly when I'm here at the vacation rental. In the middle of the day, we're out sightseeing, whoop, and then we come home, catch some fish. Oh, got another one. Hey, tell me, you want to reel him in?
Oh, he's on this one. I got him.
You got him?
Yeah. I tried to pull a little bit hard. Oh, I'm just touching him.
Okay, no problem. Reel it in, buddy. If you watch my YouTube channel, you'll see that I go fishing with Tommy a lot. And I catch a lot of catfish, a lot of channel cats, a lot of blue cats, a lot of flatheads. And Tommy doesn't reel in the fish very often because they're too big and it's not fun for him. And the rods are too big, the reels are too heavy, the fish pull too hard. It's not fun. And but these fish are you like catching these fish, right?
And I like catching little fishes best. They're not strong.
There's something to think about. This is a great way to get kids into fishing because, you know, bigger fish sometimes make it a little bit too much for them. You excited, buddy? You got the net? You got Chompy the alligator in your net?
Net.
The rods I'm using I got off of eBay. They're a Chinese rod. They're a 4.5 meter rod, so that's about 13, 14 feet. And I have no idea what the brand or any of that is because it's all in Chinese, but I got them off of eBay. A set of 3 of them for like 40 bucks, 30 bucks, something like that. And they got that length so you can cast them a country mile. So you can take a very small light float or very lightweight, small bait, cast it very far. My only complaint with these rods is that the eyelets aren't glued on very well. And so occasionally when you're putting it on and off, the eyelets will pop off the end of the section and slide up, and you have to slide them back down and reseat them. It doesn't hurt the rod, it's just kind of cheap and annoying. Look at that, that's a nice sized hardhead catfish right there. I mean, that's a legitimate fish. Well, a lot of people think these aren't a very good eating fish. Absolutely not true. I mean, they taste just like a bullhead or channel catfish. I'm going to show you how to cook one up. And this is a great size for it. I'll get plenty of meat. This won't be a big chore filleting this one. All right, put them in the cooler.
He's swimming.
Yeah,
He's tired.
he's tired.
He needs to rest a little bit.
Okay, if you don't like blood, it's about to get a little icky in here, so watch out for the next 30 seconds. But if you want to kill one of these catfish, the quickest, easiest way to do it is to just pull the gills out. They come out pretty easily with a pair of needle-nose pliers, and while it's really gory and gruesome, they bleed out pretty quickly, and the fish stay relatively calm when you do this. But unfortunately, while I was doing this, I did something stupid, and I got spined really deep in my fingers, and you can see here I bled like a stuck pig. So for your safety, before you start handling the fish, clip off the spines with your pliers. Just really easy, just bam. And a lot of people tell you that you need to rub the belly slime into the wound or pee into the wound or whatever. Yeah, just wash it out with some soap and catch some more fish. It's not that big of a deal. It really wasn't that painful, and you don't need to worry about venom. Here's the tools you'll need to clean the catfish. A pair of pliers, a fillet knife, and a spoon. Start by just working the fillet knife around the head, right where the bone meets the soft stuff. Just slice the skin. You don't need to go deep, you just need to cut the skin, because you're going to skin this thing and you just want to get started. So grab a corner with the pliers and just pull off. And this takes a little bit of brute force, but eventually it gets going and it's not too hard. Then come in and fillet either side of the catfish. Just kind of work down the ribs, and once you get past the ribs, it's easy. Just take it right off, and it comes off in a nice little fillet. And this is not a very big fish, but you still see you're getting 2 decent fillets out of that. That's not bad, but there's a lot more meat than just the fillets. Then go in there and get the belly meat. That's equivalent to another small fillet. Just cut the fins off the belly meat, and you've got a great chunk of meat with no bones in it. After you've got the belly meat and the fillets, take the spoon and rub it down the side of the fish, and you can scrape off several spoonfuls of meat that's left behind by the filleting process. That hard to get stuff that you just can't reach with the fillet knife, get it with the tablespoon. And you can see you get a nice pile of meat from one tiny little fish. Throw that meat in the oven, about 350 degrees for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's cooked all the way. And what I'm going to do is show you how to use this to make my favorite recipe, which is catfish cakes.
Yeah, pretty much just like channel cat or bullhead, not much difference. Hey, Nathan, you want to try some? You like it? Good. Obviously, you could just cook it in the pan, throw some pepper on it, and that's fine. But my favorite recipe for cooking catfish is catfish cakes, and I'm going to show you how to make them. Really simple, they last well, the leftovers taste good, it's a great recipe.
For catfish cakes, start off by squishing up all the cooked catfish meat. Just get it as finely squished up or ground up as you can. And I just do it by hand. Then take, for a fish this size, take a sleeve of Ritz crackers and just grind them up inside the sleeve, and then dump it out the crumbs so you have this nice mix of crumbs and catfish meat. Then a couple handfuls of chopped up green onions, and a couple handfuls of chopped up white onions, or you can use red onions if you like. And then from there, take 1 scoop of mayonnaise and a liberal amount of yellow mustard.
Now, normally I like to use Old Bay seasoning, but we're in Florida, so we got to use Everglades seasoning instead. It's a law.
Now, these ingredient amounts aren't precise. You can kind of eyeball it. As long as it gets the same consistency and texture, you're good to go. And you got to kind of eyeball it. Like, I'm using 3 eggs here, but you use different amounts of catfish meat each time. You can't control the amount of catfish meat you have, so you just kind of have to guesstimate the ingredients. But it's a pretty forgiving recipe, so don't sweat it. As soon as you've got everything mixed up, add some peanut oil to a pot, put it on a low to medium heat, and get that peanut oil hot. Then form the batter into a little cake, a little patty, and fry it up. It should take about 3 to 5 minutes to turn this nice golden brown. And then once it's done, pull it out and roll it in a paper towel there to just get the excess oil off it so it gets nice and crispy. And there you go. This one catfish makes all these catfish cakes. And you can eat them just as is. You can eat them with just tartar sauce. But my favorite way is to eat them in like a po' boy style sandwich. So I'll take a little ciabatta or a nice dinner roll, some butterhead lettuce, tomato with a little salt on it, put a cake on there, some tartar sauce. Man, that is some good food right there. That is really hard to beat. And what I love about this too is it keeps really well. Most catfish taste kind of gross the next day, doesn't keep well. These catfish cakes keep really well. And so it's a great recipe, and these hardhead catfish are so underrated, but they're fun to catch. The kids love catching them. They taste good. Man, go out there and have some fun.
Thanks for watching. Click subscribe.
Awesome.
Nailed it.